Hello, podcast enthusiast and adventurer. This episode of JJ Meets World is a continuation from episode 128, Air D&D. For maximum enjoyment, I suggest that you listen to that beforehand. And speaking of beforehand, let's get this thing going right after a word from our sponsor. This episode of JJ Meets World is brought to you by Natalie Deutsch of Hatch Realty. Natalie has a proven track record to get your home sold faster and for more money. She is consistently focused on her clients' needs and wants throughout the entire process and make sure that they are well taken care of. If you're looking to buy or sell, reach out to Natalie today. On average, Natalie sells a home every 3.74 days. That's at least 2 a week. And last year, Natalie earned her clients on average over $4,000 above list price on their homes. And you don't have to take our word for it. Here's some of the great reviews Natalie has received. I was overwhelmingly impressed with Natalie and all the Hatch team. She was very responsive and responded to all of the emails within an hour. She gave great advice and encouragement from the listing and pictures, the offer, and all the closing details. The marketing team knew exactly how to promote my property, and I was pleased by how soon and easily my property received an offer. I was actually dreading selling my condo, and Natalie did such an awesome job that I felt like I really didn't need to do anything. The thing I most appreciated was that she really listened to what I wanted to do and respected my decisions. I would definitely recommend Natalie and all the Hatch Realty team. They made this process so wonderful. That was from Diane. So listen, if you're in the mood to buy or sell a home, give Natalie a call right now. You can reach her at 701-388-9338. Natalie, Natalie, at hatchrealtyfm.com, or you can go to livefargomorehead.com. That's livefargomorehead.com and find out some information. Huge thanks to Natalie Deutsch of Hatch Realty for sponsoring JJ Meets World.
1, 2, 3, 4. J.J. Gordon, sort of like that Indiana Jones, in that he's always sniffing out his next adventure. Yes, he is. He's always interviewing guests so he can have them on his show and they can talk about pop culture, arts, and leisure. J.J. has his flag unfurled and he likes his french fries curled, and he's fun and then he twirled as he goes to meet the world. He will march into the rain even if his ankle sprained. Take a peek inside his brain. This podcast is called JJ Meets World.
When last we adventured, our young group, patreon.com/JJ Meets World, Brett Brandt and Natty Bumpo, had taken off from a village. They had squelched an adversary and went to this village. They partied in this village and they had a great time, but they ticked off 3 little kids who wanted to be a part of their adventure. And these 3 kids all took off and have gone to a darker, more sinister place. Our 3 adventurers went after the kids, found themselves going through a forest, interacted with a giant, as well as the wizard potions master, Kevin Kennedy, ended up inside of a tunnel that was filled with what looked like celluloid film. They had a one-off with one of the children, Womandy. It is important to note that during this fight, they decided to slash the walls, and all of the film cut and burned up and is gone.
Great balls of fire, I believe.
Great balls of fire. You have not had a chance to fully rest yet. Kevin Kennedy approached you at the entrance of the cave where you went in, and I believe that's where you're at right now. Any damage you sustained from the previous encounter still stands. What would you like to do, adventurers?
Natty Bumpo had just died, didn't she? Or was that patreon.com?
I believe I am down to 10 hit points.
Yeah,
so.
I believe you paid Kevin Kennedy another 100 gold. So she had
healing potions.
Yeah, and you did not get that many healing potions. And so, but she's back. Doesn't look good, but she's back.
Maybe we should rest.
I think that's probably a great idea.
Okay. So you rest. So you can each roll a 1d6. Take that times 10. That's how many hit points you've recovered.
I get 60.
Back to
10. 10.
I really like you guys.
Okay. So At this point, Kevin has spent the night with you, and he, yep. And he does mention, he goes, I was thinking you guys had asked me for help with potions, and I remembered I thought of a potion where you can just tap it straight from a tree. And so during your rest, he teaches you how to approach this tree that looks really, really dark. It looks like a maple tree, but the bark itself is really dark and rich. And if you tap near the base of it, a thick liquid comes out, and when it congeals into a bottle, it looks like some sort of processed pork, and he calls it spam. But what spam does is it automatically replenishes half your hit points, but you lose all spells. The salt within the tree spam really takes its toll on your magical abilities, but can keep you alive.
So does he just tell us about it, or does he give us some spam?
He shows you how to do one.
Okay.
He shows you, he takes a bottle and he fills it and he's like, see, isn't that great? And then you expect him to give you the bottle and he says 50 gold.
I already spent all of my gold.
Does anyone have any containers?
I have a big old pipe.
A big old pipe?
I got a bagpipe, a clarinet, and a ukulele. A ukulele has a chamber on the inside, right?
They all do.
A bag pipe.
You can choose to fill this. Do you want to?
Yeah, I'll fill up the bagpipe.
Okay. So you tap the base of the tree in your bagpipe. Oh, it's about half full. It's half full of spam. Anybody, do you want to fill your pipe or anything like that?
I will fill my big old pipe.
Okay, what are you going to use to clog one end?
I rip off a piece of my pants.
Okay.
And roll those up and shove it in one end.
Okay. So you fill the pipe about halfway full, so it's hard to get to it.
Sure.
At this point, but it's in there.
I take out one of my 6 Beanie Babies and I extract the head.
You fully fill the Beanie Baby.
It's now a spammy baby.
Yep. And in fact, if you squeeze your spammy baby, you can get just the juice from it, which does not take from any of your spells.
Oh, that's lovely.
Because you're just taking in the juice and not the congealed meat.
Wow. I'm really sorry for, Izzy the lizard that had to sacrifice herself.
Please take one Beanie Baby out of your just regular Beanie Baby item set. So what do you want to do now? You've rested. Kevin taught you how to do this thing. And then Kevin's like, you guys, I got to get back.
I have a question for Kevin. When he says you lose your spells, is it like you lose them for a day? You lose them completely?
You lose them permanently.
So just your auxiliary spells, but your permanent spells.
You would lose those until the next day.
Okay.
Until you get back, you get the salt out of your body.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Think of it like tequila. Like if you were a wizard who drank tequila, you shouldn't be spellcasting. Like you shouldn't be driving and you shouldn't be spellcasting.
Sure, that makes perfect sense.
So what's next?
Would we get any benefit if we fry up the spam?
You'll have to find out.
I prefer fried spam over cold spam.
Okay.
I prefer no spam.
Are you gonna try it? Are you gonna fry it up now, or are you gonna wait for later?
Do you have a frying pan?
I don't.
Oh, I'm gonna take my ukulele and I'll turn it into wood. All right. So where did we?
We're back at the mouth of the cave that we came in, right? Mm-hmm. Because we decided to go backwards rather than going the rest of the way through.
Okay, and then there's still the one. Woe Mandy is basically a lost cause.
Yep, she's gone.
We killed her.
You've destroyed her. In fact,
and
she
burnt everyone's lives.
You remember, she was kind of like static, like on television, and when you defeated her, the static kind of dissipated. And
so we've got one kid in the hospital that we put there. We got one kid we murdered. Well, let's keep the trio going.
Well, you've only hurt one kid so far.
But I thought
you've only fought Womandy.
Oh, so we got the other two.
Yeah, Butterslide is the orc fighter, and Joshy is the human bard. Joshy was the one who was kind of running the show.
Well,
which one did we break their legs?
Joshy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He became Professor X-ish.
Can't wait to run into him.
Hun. Because he's not running into us.
I didn't hear it. Good call. Good call.
Let's go after Butterslide.
Okay. Are we just going to continue? Like, are we going to go through the cave?
Yeah, let's go through the cave. I feel like we were almost to the other end. Just saying.
You go through the cave?
Let's do it.
Go into the cave. Just looks like a cave now. Rock walls, smells a little damp. Nothing in particular. You can definitely tell that when you get to the place where you originally fought Womandy, you're close to the other side. You can smell fresh air. You can hear a little something going on beyond there.
Are there any echoes going on in this cave?
None.
No?
None. Doesn't seem anything. Every now and then you see a small little smoldering area where the film strip had burned, but nothing beyond that. Now, if you recall from your map, on the outside of this cave is another village that you encounter before you get to the mountain where this grand wizard... Nope, I'm not going to say grand wizard because that implies it's probably the KKK. This ultimate wizard is there. So, do you proceed out of the cave?
Yes.
Let's go to town.
Okay. You walk out. You walk into the village. If this were in Western, a tumbleweed would go by. Nothing. You don't see any people. It looks like it's well lived in. It's not abandoned at all, but there's nobody.
Is it a ghost village?
Are there any big, like, nice-looking houses?
There's plenty of them. I mean, this is a simple farming village, so nothing is really grand. But there's an inn, and there's a little general store, and there's houses, and there's some animals. Like, there's horses that have been hitched up, and just no people.
So the horses that are hitched up, are they starving? Have they been fed recently? No. Okay.
They look like maybe they've been there for a day. So there's some poop, and they're kind of trying to get away from it, but they're not starving.
What's where are the most horses at?
Definitely in front of the saloon.
Let's go to the saloon.
All right.
We've got a good track record of Britta getting drunk.
You open the saloon, you can smell like a faint scent of cigar smoke. Nobody in there. There's drinks on tables. There's decks of like hands of cards that have just kind of fallen into place on the tables. The spittoon is still
guys.
half full.
I think that maybe we killed everyone in this village by burning those film strips.
I'm going to go look for like a place where this tavern would hold its money and try to replenish my 200 gold pieces.
There's a safe.
No, just free floating cash anywhere?
Yeah, no. On the poker table, there's maybe like a couple little copper coins, but nothing of real value. Looks like it was probably a friendly game.
And these people were just friendly, having a good old game, and then we slaughtered them accidentally. I feel like this
Collateral
left
damage.
behinded them.
You look into an ashtray, and there's a cigar that's just the tiniest end of a butt there, but the rest of it has burned away as if it had just been abandoned.
Thanks, Thanos.
Collateral damage. I mean, it happens, right?
Remember when we started and we were just at an inn and there was like a party and they were just eating snacks? Should have just stayed.
Should have just been nice to those kids is what you should have done.
We told them not to get involved in the fight.
But we can do it.
Ugh, okay. So we'll, I guess I'm
gonna explore the town.
Okay.
I'll come with you.
Yeah, let's see if there's actually anybody still alive in this area.
Right.
Everyone roll their D20.
11.
9.
6.
Okay. Phil, you're able to go into 11 places. Jason, 6. Britta, 5. 9.
I was like,
So
what?
9.
9.
I'll grab the gold pieces that I happen to find.
You really don't see anything.
No? Okay.
No, you see trinkets, you see family heirlooms, so some things that
I'm
might be
leaving that. I'm not taking
made out of gold, but you don't really see, you don't see a lot of just straight up cash laying around.
Any instruments?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Such as?
So there's a wash tub that has a stick with a string on it, and you can pluck it like a wash tub base. There's also one of those like
washboards. Any triangles, like ding.
There's a really big triangle, and below it is a little plaque that says "It's eating time."
Can I take that?
Sure. Add it to your inventory. You have a triangle. Do you take the wash tub base and the?
No, I think those are too big.
Okay. Jason, are you looking for anything in particular?
Signs of life, humans, animals, anything to assuage my guilt.
You walk into one home and you smell something's off, and there's a problem. There's something's wrong in this house, and so you can't really identify the smell right off the top of your head, but you know that there's something wrong, and so you check upstairs, you check downstairs, and you realize that there had been a birthday cake in the oven that never was taken out, and so now it's burnt. And like now there's the heat has dissipated, but the smell is still there. Like when you burn toast. Next to it, you find a card from the entire town that says "Happy 100th." You did it.
Well, at least it was 100th. It wasn't like a 5-year-old's.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely destroyed some 5-year-olds.
I need to not think about that. 100's a long time. They made it. Yay!
Just a little bit short.
Yeah, no. It said like, note on Thursday, it's Will's birthday, and it's Tuesday. So while you don't find anything living other than pets and plants, you do see that there was definitely signs of life here. Now, what you'd notice though is that there were not nearly as many, like even when you add up the number of the houses, it's not even close to adding up to the number of film strips that you saw.
But it's already real in my heart. Can we, before I leave every house, can I make sure that the animals are fed?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to let them just leave, or do you want to?
Yeah, I do, but I want to like let food out, fill some buckets of water, whatever I can do.
There's a lot of farm dogs in these homes, and so you feed the dogs. They give you a lick on the face. They go. You open the door. They go out, and they kind of all the dogs seem to like know each other a little bit, as dogs do, and they proceed. This pack of 6 dogs proceeds to follow you.
You're now the Lord of Dogtown.
It seems like an appropriate alpha dog thing to do for Natty Bumpo. So, okay, yeah, I'll roll with this pack.
Okay, Britta, anything in particular you're looking for as you go?
I guess it would have been the same thing. Like if there's anyone left in the town.
You don't notice anything other than the stuff the other guys have seen. In one house you go into that's a little more kind of run down, you notice that there's a big portrait hanging above the mantle, and it's kind of been hurt. Like one of the family members has been scratched out of it.
Interesting. Do I recognize anyone in the portrait?
Nope. Just look like good farm folk.
Is it like a child that's been scratched out?
It looks like it was at the time of the painting, maybe like a teen.
Okay.
But it appears to be old. In fact, it's almost like they're standing at the front of the road looking into the town. And so about half the buildings that you know are on that main street are in this photo.
Okay.
Should we just press on to the mountain?
I guess, to find more villages where we've destroyed everyone inside them.
Unless potentially there's like that person that scratched out was like the bad seed, and so they like stashed him in like the cellar. Maybe there is somebody alive. We just have to free him.
I'm getting that. At this point, I don't want to meet that person. I have to just kind of explain to them like, sorry.
I mean, they probably still had a film strip that we burned anyways.
Yeah,
so.
it's probably gone. We're good.
I want to be like, hey, just so you know, party's canceled Thursday, and then just shut the door.
Is there any food? Could we eat some rations or something?
There's, plenty of food. There's dried meats. There's like sacks of berries.
Any like potions or something?
There are definitely bottled liquids in these homes, but nothing's really labeled.
Okay.
It looks like
Not worth the risk.
right. It looks like and they're
a
not
lot
really
of soy
bottles.
sauce.
They're all country crock margarine
Tubs?
containers,
Oh, they're not labeled?
and they're not labeled.
Damn it.
So, do you want to open some of them just to
No.
find out?
No.
Okay.
No, when you find those in the back of the fridge, you just throw it away.
Right. Right.
So much margarine to just get.
Oh, I know. Like, what are you putting it on? It's so much toast. So you get to the kind of the top of the town opposite where the cave road led you, and it forks. And you don't remember it forking on their map. One on the left side, it looks like kind of the houses continue, and it looks like maybe it's more farmland on that side. On the right side, it looks a little more rugged, but you also spot a couple of those ancient trees that produce the spam along the roadway there. Left or right?
I want to head towards magic.
The spam trees,
Spam trees.
spam tree road. All right.
Okay.
Spam Tree Road.
You go down Spam Tree Road,
Take me home, spam tree road.
and the path actually starts to cut into the earth itself like a canyon. So you're actually walking, and you're walking down, and it's definitely something that was made by man. This, there's no reason, there's no river nearby, there's nothing that would have cut this into the ground other than human beings. And it's kind of like if you go through like the Spearfish Canyon, and it's very, very rugged. So it's rocky all the way up to the top on both sides. There's the occasional pine, but there's no sign of water or anything like that. And you continue going down, and at this point, there's light, but there's not actually any sun touching you anymore. You're completely in shadow at this point. You see one of the trees. Want to stop? Fill something else up?
What are the dogs doing? I'm assuming
They're following you.
But are they like, are they,
Apprehensive.
They're sniffing the air.
okay. But there are no signs or no pointing or nothing. Okay.
Why don't we tap these trees? Maybe feed the dogs with the spam?
What?
I don't know. Make them our friends more.
What if they're magic dogs and then we lose all their spells?
I fed them. They're fed. I fed them before we left.
All right. That's fine.
Thank-
My bagpipe is only half full. Can I fill it up to the top?
Sure, you can.
I will do that.
You fill your bagpipe up. It is now kind of cumbersome to hold, though. Like a bagpipe full of pork is a lot. Like even if it's jellied. So you're slower. You're behind even the dog
Okay.
pack. You got to take a rest every now and then, but you're still reasonably close.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it might come in handy later.
One of you roll a 1d4
Britta?
Please call me patreon.com.
Patreon.com.
/ JJ Meets World.
2.
Two of the dogs stop dead in their tracks.
Are they looking at something?
They are sniffing the air, and they're kind of trying to sense something.
Well, let's stop.
I'll take out my sword and help. Yeah, I'll just see what they're sniffing at, or like if they can point at me or anything.
Roll another 1d4, please.
2 again.
2 more of the dogs start to growl. Not the ones who've stopped. They're still sniffing the air, but the other 2 are starting to growl. And it looks like they're growling at the sky.
I'll take out my shield made of horns.
I'll take out my clarinet.
Okay.
What are you going to do with that clarinet?
Hey, I could whack somebody with it.
Everybody roll a 1d6.
3.
3.
4.
5. From what seems like the sky, a creature 3 times your size comes barreling towards the earth and does one of those superhero stance, like behind you.
3 times whose size?
3 times the Natty Bumpo size.
Okay.
So triple a regular human size. It is Butterslide. And he is within 10 feet of Phil and his thing, his bagpipe full of pork. And he has become monstrous. Do you guys ever see Ernest Scared Stupid?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you know when like he takes in those souls and he becomes the ultra troll? That's what he looks like now. So instead of like just 2 small little like, dog incisors that he's got pointing out, he's got 5 and they are much bigger. He's got horns, he's beefy. This dude is obviously been magicked up.
Does anybody have some authentic Bulgarian miak to get rid of him?
Only Ernest P. Worrell has that, Phil. He takes a deep breath in, and the dogs are now all growling. They've actually, they're kind of packing around you, Jason, forming like a circle around you. And Butterslide says, "I can smell it. I can smell the blood on your hands."
Technically, I don't think any of them bled, so...
Oh, they suffered. My job was to eliminate those in the town, and you did all the work for me. I was there. I watched it as they burned.
How do we know you didn't do it?
Oh, because I'd still have to be working because there were so many people in that town. It would have taken me a long time. Yeah. My master gave me all of these extra powers because he's like, you got to take on a whole town full of really hardy people who, while they don't really know what battle's like, they are very like hardy.
While he's talking, I'm going to attack him.
Okay.
I got him distracted.
Roll
With
a
your
D20.
clarinet?
Yeah, with my clarinet.
Okay.
Yep.
It's got that pointy blow hole thing,
Do it, baby.
right?
The
Do it.
reed?
Yeah.
You mean the thin 2 pieces of wood that produce sound?
I think you're thinking of an oboe. This is a clarinet.
So it's a single reed.
16.
Miss. You smash. So are you like stabbing him with your clarinet? Your clarinet shatters as it hits not even a breastplate. It's his actual skin and abs. He picks you up, Phil. And you can tell it's more effort than he assumed it was going to be. But I assume that's because you're still holding onto your bagpipe and it weighs so
heck
much.
Yeah.
So he picks you up and he's going to throw you against the wall of the cavern or of the like little valley that you're in. And so he throws you and your bagpipe takes the bulk of the damage, but now all the shit has squeezed out of all the little bagpipe horns. It has made it makes a noise though, as it like through this thing and you're hitting it with all this force and he flinches as it makes this squeal noise.
Huh. Did he squinched
By
at
the way,
the
you also
noise?
take 10 damage.
Okay.
So describe this. Wait, is it the noise or is it the sight of it or?
You don't know.
I'm going to make some like squelching noises with my hands. What's that?
It's not your
called?
turn.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, you initiated combat. Either you guys can decide who wants to go first.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make you roll for it.
Do you have a... Okay. I'm going to attempt to stab him with my big old pipe that I filled with Spam juice.
Nice. What end are you gonna stab him with?
The opened end. Not the pants end.
Okay. Patreon.com/JJMuteWorld has rolled a natural 20. And for those of you who are not frequent D&Ders, it means that she has almost certainly made whatever she wants to happen. So, Britta, what part of Butterslide do you stab?
I'm going to stab him like right in the side, under the ribs, hopefully like into a kidney.
Okay, awesome. So you stab him, and I mean, tell me how you're going to stab. Like, Are you just using one hand? Are you using
I'm
two hand like at the same time?
I'm tiny, so I'm like jumping up. I'm a halfling, right? So I'm jumping up with two hands. No, I have my shield in one hand, so I'm going to say with one hand because otherwise that would be impossible.
Okay.
So with one hand, and I'm coming like up under the ribs.
Okay.
And then because I rolled a natural 20, and I think you'll allow me to do this, I'm going to take the pants out and I'm going to blow the spam through my pipe into him.
Okay. So you indeed get this underneath the ribs, and he immediately kind of recoils in pain. And you know how like your muscles just take control of your body sometime? Mm-hmm. So he's kind of like just undulating a little bit. And you pull the pants out and you get ready to blow, and he just like flexes another muscle, and a spurt of blood pushes the meat back towards you, and you get just soaked in blood. Like just soaked in his blood. Like you hit an artery, and now there's just a straight blood wall coming at you. But you do 60 damage to him.
Okay. And then I'm like, "Blah!" with blood all over my face.
And the meat is still there. So like
Meat's getting
like
all
on the
bloody too.
ground?
it's on the ground. So
Okay.
just so you know, the meat is there.
Okay.
Natty Bumpo. Also, have you named your dogs by any chance?
No, not yet.
They're all Labradoodles.
Oh, that changes everything.
They're all Labradoodles.
Just picturing like wolf-like
Yeah, but no,
dogs.
now
Yeah.
they're. Oh, yeah. Okay. I need some time. I need some time. I need some backstories. Okay. I will run to. How far away is that tree? The spam tree.
You'd have to probably run 20 feet to get to it. So within a dash.
Okay. So I will dash and start leaking the spam juice out of it.
So it's not instant. So
That's
you
fine.
you can start it and then just, are you going to leave it or just start? Or are you going to monitor?
I'll just go in and I'll tap it, and then we can.
Okay. You also get the ability to have half your pack do something each round. So you've got 3 dogs who have the ability to do something should you want it.
I will have them start to flank.
Okay. So they're going to go around the backside of Butterslide?
Yep. So hopefully we're gonna encircle Butterslide
Gotcha.
eventually.
Okay. And we are back to Phil, who's now just getting to his feet after being thrown into the side of the canyon wall.
So the meat, the spam meat, has like squirted out of the bagpipe.
Not it's out of the pipes of the bag.
Yeah, out of the pipes.
So some of it's coming out of the little hole, some of it's coming through the top.
But they're almost looking like a hot dog, like a giant hot dog.
Correct. Yep. Like if you ever use Play-Doh, like one of those things where you squish Play-Doh down. Yeah. And so there's a bunch of little spam noodles.
Okay. I'm gonna grab a chunk and I'm gonna make a almost. I'm gonna make like a spam ball, like a snowball, like make a big old ball of spam from one of those things and just chuck it at them.
Okay. Roll a 1d4.
A 1d4.
Yep.
4.
He actually catches it.
Oh.
And immediately turns around and throws it at you.
Okay.
Anything 12 or above hits. He gets a natural 20. So what happens is this spam ball that you've put together hits you in the face with such force, it actually propels you backwards into the cavern wall and injures the back of your head.
Okay.
So you are going to take an additional 10 damage, but because he threw this with such force, you actually can't breathe. This thing is now like smushed over your face so much that you can't breathe. It has like pressed into your eyes. If you can imagine something hitting you with so much force, but being like pliable like that,
Sure.
it is all over the front of you. And it's kind of holding you, like it's smushed around and now it's holding you to the brick wall.
And am I kind of up in the air, or are my feet touching?
Your feet are touching, but
Okay.
there's not. You're almost like on your tippy toes.
Okay.
And he laughs.
Well, all right then. I believe it's patreon.com/JJ Meets World.
Okay. This like pipe in it. My pipe's still in his side, and it's like
Still gushing blood.
Perfect. I assume he's taking wound damage. Then
He is.
how tall is he? He's 3 times the size of a normal.
So let's say he's 15-ish feet tall.
Okay.
But he's also like bulky on the sides.
Yeah.
Like who's that guy from Mortal Kombat who had like the 3 arm or the 6 arms? Goro. Yeah. So like imagine that from like the first Mortal Kombat movie, just big and beefy. Actually, he's like Goliath from
Okay.
David and Goliath.
Okay. Yeah.
Story of
Thank you.
David.
I'm much more familiar.
Yeah,
with
I know how much you
biblical
love Bible.
references. I am going to. Where is everyone else compared to me?
I'm up
So-
against the wall.
Yeah, you're far away, obviously. and
if
so
you-
is Jason.
Yeah. So you have had to run up to shove this thing underneath his side. Phil's on one side. You're on the opposite side. There's 3 dogs behind him now that you can see. There's 3 dogs closer to Jason in front of him, but Jason's further down the road.
And how close are the dogs to me?
The 3 of them are behind him, kind of equidistant, like forming a half circle.
Okay.
So there's one that's close, but he also is like, I'm not going to get blood all over me.
So no, there's no one within 5 feet of me except for
Correct.
Butterslide. Okay, I'm gonna cast Venmo Venom. You now spit venom that lasts 3 rounds, and it hurts double if it touched on multiple surfaces of one creature. 5 feet, 5 damage.
Okay. So you have to spit that.
Yeah,
Okay. So you prepared to spit?
yeah.
Okay.
That was
Spit.
I love spitting.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a rather big glob, and it roll a 1d20. If you get 15 or above, it actually goes up the pipe.
15.
So your spit actually somehow is perfectly positioned to go up the pipe. It fights against the blood and actually goes into his
Inside
side
of him.
And you hear an "Ah!" from an internal burning very close to syphilis.
How did Butterslide get syphilis? He's a kid.
Yeah.
It's been magically enhanced. You got to be careful with magical
Yep.
enhancements.
He immediately turns his head and he looks directly at you. He didn't look at you with the pipe, but he's looking at you now. Mm-hmm. What's your dex?
+5.
+5. You need to make a dex save of 12 or above, or you're knocked prone because of the blood.
Okay. Natural 20.
So you actually...
Last time the dice were not my friends.
No.
This time, like, I may be talking too soon. Knock on wood.
Patreon.com/JJMeetsWorld actually gets into the like fountain of blood and coats herself because she has figured out how to slide on the blood, which means you get free movement within 20 feet around you because you get a slide with it. So if you want to
Beautiful.
attack, if you want to like try and dual attack, you can by sliding in this blood. This blood is like if you watch Double Dare and you know when they're like trying to get the booger out, that's the consistency of the stuff.
It's like mucus blood.
Yeah, and like you're well at home in it. And we return to Natty Bumpo.
Like it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't even want to get involved. It's a lot of blood. He'll just
Just
desanguinate.
over here, like, bathing in blood like a true barbarian.
I will. So how far away am I from?
You're 20 feet away.
Okay.
No, you're probably like 30 feet because you're 20 feet from your original position further up the path. So you're 30 from him.
And
you fully witness, you see the fact that one of your adventurers is choking on spam. The other one is dancing in blood.
okay, it's not my worst Tuesday night. I will run up and get Brett Bryant dislodged from the wall.
Okay. So you free Brent Brandt. You're pulling the like
Face hugger spam.
Yeah, all off of his face. And he takes a huge deep breath. Like you could tell like any more time and there would have been some serious trouble going on there.
And then I'll have the dogs just stay back. And because I'm guessing you can't the blood didn't hurt you when you touched it though, right?
No, I haven't gotten hurt by the blood.
Oh, well then I'll stick my dogs on Butterslide.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want the dogs to like attack Butterslide?
Yeah.
Okay. So the 3 that are behind him or the 3 that are in front of him?
The 3 that are behind him.
Okay. Where are they going to attack?
Probably just at where they can get to, which I'm guessing would be like
Ankle?
ankles, knees,
Yeah, like
Achilles.
probably a calf muscle
Yeah.
area. Okay. Roll your D6.
Like a D. That is
6.
a 6.
Fantastic. Each of them get a solid hit on this thing, and they tear in. And they're labradoodles, but these are like street labradoodles. They know what they are doing, and they also
They filed their own teeth on street grades.
yeah, they're like there's no wet food for these labradoodles. They're eating like bones, stuff like that, so they're sharp. But they also, because they're in a pack, have a very coordinated effort. So rather than each of them going for one leg individually, one goes for the calf, one goes for the ankle, one goes for the Achilles in it, and it takes Butterslide down to a knee. Like it brings him down. So he's got one leg up, but he's got one knee on the ground where the dogs are attacking him, and they've pretty much locked their jaws in place where they are. You don't see blood, but you see strain, big strain.
Good girls. Good girls.
And we come back to you.
I'm
Brent
glad
Brandt.
I've been such a great distraction so that you guys can actually accomplish some stuff.
Oh, by the way, he took another 100 hit points of damage during that whole thing.
Nice. I don't even know what to do.
Got any more instruments you can throw his way, or
My wah DJ kit.
You're getting better at that.
Yeah. I'm gonna finish like getting the spam off my face.
Okay.
And can I delay my action at all?
How well are you going to get the spam off your face? Like, are you spending enough time to really clean yourself off, or are you just mainly like get it off of your eyes?
Get it off of my eyes. I'm not going to like try to shower or anything.
Okay. So if you get it off of your eyes, you delay the action, but it's still clogging your nostrils, so you're only breathing out of your mouth, and it's also clogging your ears.
Ooh, yeah. I want to get eyes, ears,
'Kay.
nostrils.
So you go full toothpick on this thing.
Yeah, full.
Okay. Couple cotton swabs.
I'm not taking out a bar of soap. But,
Sure. Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna get it all off me.
Okay. Butterslide at this point is pissed. The orcness of him is really coming out. And he has a pouch on either side, and he pulls out from these pouches what look like hook shots from the Legend of Zelda series.
oh, okay.
I'm not familiar.
Okay, so it looks like it's bulbous and it has a handle, but it's got a like a big hook, or not even a hook, but like a spear at the end, and it's attached to a long chain. It's like it self-propels out of this thing.
Think of kind of like Batman.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah,
a
like a
grappling
grappling hook type thing. So he pulls these out, and each of them there's 3 hooks hanging from each of them. And he pulls them out and he whips them, And when he whips them, one goes forward at a diagonal, one goes immediately to the side in a diagonal. It barely misses your head, Phil. Like it is right there. You can see the chain. And one goes behind him. And he pulls and he caves in from both sides the little valley that you're in. And everyone roll a 1d20. And then tell me what your dex is.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Mine dropped off the table.
Then re-roll it, unless it's a 20.
18.
Ooh.
I also got an 18 plus 3 decks for me. So it'll be a
Okay, so 21.
I have a +1 deck, so 19 for me.
19. So you all make excellent dex saves. Unfortunately, though, you are separated.
Oh.
So enough rock has fallen where you are still right next to him. Patreon.com/JJMeetsWorld. Brent Brandt, you've actually been able to, like, because you had just cleaned yourself off, you actually scale the wall up. And so you're kind of on a landing, like with the way Simba saw Mufasa's body.
Oh, sure.
You know, like fall like that. And Natty Bumpo.
Every description you give is either remember, like in this movie,
Yeah.
remember in this video game, like that.
Yeah.
Remember in the Bible?
Just you wait until you get to that mountain. And Natty Bumpo, your dog's all, like, the second that these things come out, they kind of scattered. So they're all over the place, but they're all alive.
Yes.
I was very worried for you.
I was.
You, while Brent Brandt was scaling up, you actually just bebopped out to the side. And so there is no way that you can get back to the fight easily. You can see Brent Brandt up on the ledge, but you'd have to scale over this rock that is still kind of continuing to fall and is giving in on itself as it goes up.
Okay.
I believe it's
Patreon.
your turn. Patreon.com/JJMeetsWorld.
Am I still in like a bunch of slippery blood?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Good.
And now, like, all the rock around you is bloody too. And there is a chain, going straight out from where you are into the rock.
And is he still kneeling or he stood up?
Nope, he's still kneeling.
Okay. So at what height is his face, would you say, if he was 15 feet tall?
We'll say 8 feet. Most of him's torso.
Okay.
Like,
Are any of the
Goliath.
dogs close to me?
Nope.
Okay. I still have 2 more rounds of my Venmo venom. So I'm going to, and it's 5 feet. So I should then be able to reach his face because I'm what, like 3 feet tall? As a halfling? So I'm going to try to spit into his face.
Okay. 1d20, please. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat. So you're covered now in so much blood that it's everywhere, including like your eyes.
Yeah.
That this is going to have to be a roll of 15 or more to be able to hit him in the face.
It is not a 6.
6. So you still end up hitting him in the torso,
Okay.
but just not in the face.
Sure.
So he's going to take that damage from you, and you continue to bathe in his blood.
Yes. Swimming. Love it.
Okay. So, can I at least see him from where I'm at under this rubble?
Nope.
Nope.
Imagine it's like 25 feet tall. It's a huge amount.
Okay. But I kind of have a general idea.
You heard me spit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
There's not that much space. I mean, this canyon wall is maybe like 15 feet across. So it's clear that, like, if you just, like, if you were peeing and you arced it right in the middle, odds are you're going to hit him.
Right. I'm gonna do something similar, but not with not
with piss?
pee. I'm gonna dislodge one of my teeth,
Okay.
and then using your teeth can be pulled and used as a grenade. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna and then heave the general. It's a 10-foot radius, so it should get close.
Once again, about to hit patreon.com.
Do you know what tooth are you pulling? Are you pulling like something in the front, in the back, a molar?
Yeah, I want something in the back.
In the molar, okay.
Yeah,
So you pull, and you can take a tooth out of your inventory.
or my mouth.
Yep. You lob this tooth over, and all it has to do is go pretty much over the top, and it plink, 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 and it lands at his foot and explodes. The explosion causes a continual rock fall. He's going to take 50 damage from it. You're going to take 30 damage from it, and now you are trapped.
I'm dead.
So now she is
What?
Now she is out. Now the blood is just bathing on her in a non-ironic way.
I did that last round.
You guys are so horrible to me.
I tried to get in the. It's a 10-foot radius. I thought I'd be fine.
I just stabbed him. I'm obviously right next to him.
thought it would land I thought you'd be shielded from it.
I mean, I am holding a shield,
He
but
takes a lot of damage. So just so you know, he is now at half.
jeez Louise.
And since the explosion really was on the side that they were on, it doesn't do anything to you, Phil. It doesn't do anything other than Phil more on that side. So now the rock has come down around. He still is all right because he's big enough to be able to step out of this thing if he wants. But you're buried in rock at this point.
This might be the end of patreon.com/JJ Meets Gordon.
World.
I mean, it's Gordon.
JJ Meets Gordon.
It's the name of our sequel series. Or I meet every single man named Gordon.
That's a great.
It is.
That's a good idea.
Starting with Gordon from Sesame Street.
Great pick.
I know,
As your
yeah.
First Gordon.
Yeah. I'm going to go big or go home. So that brings us to Natty Bumpo.
Well,
No, I'm sorry. You just threw your
but
tooth.
Can I finish my?
Yeah.
Did that take the full round?
Yes.
Okay,
Because
then
you had to pull a tooth out of your mouth. So it took some doing to
Yeah.
do that. And then you had to granny lob it over.
Got it.
So then we come to you.
Well, I think I need to do some balls to the wall stuff here.
Okay.
Some great balls of fire to
Okay.
the wall, that is. I will read this again. From the tips of your fingers on a single free hand burst Roman candle-like fireballs. They shoot through the air for 30 feet until they encounter something 3 inches solid. They burn 10 damage per ball. Note, bards who throw this utter Jerry Lee Lewis and may shoot from 2 free hands in their eyes for a total of 12 balls. Ricochet off of stone surfaces directly back at caster.
Did you not read that whole thing before you decided to cast it?
Hey, he's if it's 12 balls and 10 damage per ball, that's 120 damage. He's already sustained over 120 damage.
That's fine.
So all of it should hit him.
You know what? Britta's dead. I'm enclosed. Knock yourself out.
Exactly. Great balls of fire, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Okay. So do a 1d4, and we'll split this into thirds.
4.
4. Okay, that's fantastic. So out of 3 casts apiece, all 12 are going to hit onto him.
Good.
So that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So it's awesome. So where do you want them to hit on him?
I want one to be we'll split it up into 4s.
Okay.
4 right in the face, 4 in the chest, and then 1 in the nutsack.
Okay.
And then the other one, on the side that just got stabbed.
Okay.
I don't mean to be nitpicky and finicky on the visual storytelling here, but he was a child that was enhanced. So has his testicles descended yet?
That's a good
Is
question.
this possible for him to get a nut shot?
We are going to have to find out. So
Are
here's the
you
deal.
gonna roll for puberty?
So
Pube check.
So you got 4 to the head, 4 to
Yeah.
the chest,
Yeah.
1 to the nuts, and 3 to the what?
To where he got
Where he
stabbed.
got stabbed. Okay.
Oh, well, but it should be 12. That gets
Yeah, 4,
Split.
4, and then 4. 3 to the side.
yeah.
4 is the
Yeah,
balls, and then 8, 12.
Yeah.
Okay. So, remember, Britta's character, does it have your height on your sheet? Did I put that there?
I'm a halfling. It does
Sure.
not have my actual height, but I'd assume I'm like 3 feet tall.
So, she's covered in
blood.
and stone.
rock.
Like, she's completely buried in rock.
Yeah.
So, the one that goes for his nuts is going to be completely covered in rock. So, you're going to have to roll your luck that it doesn't ricochet off of a stone and come to you.
Okay.
Same thing with on the side where he's been injured.
Okay.
Because remember, he's down on one knee. So he's down. He doesn't have his full height going on at this point. So we'll do this with 1d6. You want odds or evens?
Evens.
Evens. Roll each of them for an even, and we'll see how many ricochet.
Each of them? So 12
Yep.
times?
No, because the head and the chest hit.
Oh, okay.
If you had said abs, it would not have.
Okay.
So chest and head hit, you're only rolling it 4 times.
Okay. 5.
Okay, so 1 ricochets.
One.
2 of them ricochet.
6.
Okay. So, that's right.
6.
Okay.
2 and
so
2.
2 of them ricochet. So you're going to take 20 damage, and he's going to take 100 damage. He's starting to look a little beat up.
Good.
Looking like he's not having a great time.
And here's this spell.
Yes, thank you. Okay. So, he is now surrounded by rock. And he puts his fingertips up towards the sky and rains down lightning bolts. Friggin' crazy lightning bolts. He's going to take 50 damage from having to call this power to him. So he's going to take his 50 right off the bat, which brings him down to 110. He started at 500. So you're 4/5 of the way there, guys.
So close.
I am going to roll a 1d10 to find out how many lightning bolts come down. 3. Only 3 lightning bolts.
Yeah.
Each of you roll a 1d20.
19.
13.
12.
Hits you directly on the head with one of them. 1 bolt hits successfully. You're going to take 40 damage and you are unconscious.
Okay.
And it smells like Natty Bumppo, like all the hair is burned off.
Oh, burnt hair.
Yeah, you don't know because you can't see, but it smells like burnt hair.
I mean, I can't smell anything.
It
Anyways.
smells so bad.
like drowning in a puddle.
Like
of blood.
imagine that she's got the curliest hair you've ever seen, and what it takes to maintain curly hair like that.
So much
All
hairspray.
product, yeah, so much product, and like everything, the leg hair, the toe hair. I'm not going to talk about the other hair. Everything's
Because it's
gone.
not there.
Whoa! Keeping it clean. So, also, because only one of them hit an actual person, more rock face is going to crumble off of these walls. And so, on Britta's side, there's just more rock that's piled on top of you. It's not going to hurt you anymore because you're kind of cocooned already and that stuff.
Perfect.
Phil, you need to make a dex save of 11 or more unless you come tumbling down.
14 plus 1 makes 15.
Solid. So you kind of ride the rock down like Denver from Denver the Last Dinosaur does.
Okay.
If you remember that, he's Denver the Last Dinosaur. He's our friend and so much more because he's Denver
I don't
the
know
Last
that one.
Dinosaur. He's good. He's a friend of ours, and he had a rock and roll guitar.
Wears a Letterman's jacket and sneakers, I think skateboards.
Yeah,
Sunglasses.
absolutely.
That's
He
ringing
was
a bell.
Denver, the last dinosaur. He's our friend, and there's so much more.
I mean, what more is it? Is it to him? Like, he's just a guy.
He does our taxes. And he ate a bully. Okay. So, Britta, you're passed out at this point.
Yeah, you want me to make a death save?
No, what I want you to do is you have 5 rounds to be saved. So this is round 1.
Okay.
You can just click it. If they don't get you before the end of 5 rounds, you will have been crushed to death. Natty Bumpo.
Well, I'm
unconscious.
Hold on.
You got dogs.
Would my dogs recognize? Would they have seen me get hit? Would they come to my aid?
There's 2 on your side.
Would they naturally come?
Yeah.
To me?
They're licking your face.
Okay. Is that waking me up at all?
Yeah. You're coming around.
Okay.
You're not great, but you're
not
coming around.
I'm starting to wake up. Right.
Right.
Stinky dog breath.
But labradoodle kisses. Straight labradoodle kisses.
Yeah.
All right.
That's how you get syphilis.
Ooh, I got something real nice for you, Natty Bumpo.
Well, Brent Brandt, it comes down to you.
Comes down to me. You're thinking pretty hard there, Jage.
Yeah, I am. You'll know in a second because it's really stupid like that I can't remember what this is. Hold on. So Phil, tell me what I'm sorry.
Okay.
Brent Brandt, tell me what you're going to do.
Well, I'm running out of things to do here. It's only for 1 round. I think the best thing that I could do is cast Total Flipping Badass. Mm-hmm. It says, you grow huge muscles everywhere, gain about a foot of height, and have the most BA mustache ever. Burt Reynolds is jealous. You get an instant boost of 5 modified to your rolls to hit and up the damage by an additional 20 per hit. Notes, you are in a roid rage. You attack and attack and attack. You cannot speak. You are also incredibly slippery from all the sweat, impossible to grapple. You rage like a kid with 3 Red Bulls and some cotton candy. You lose all clothing until you find another set.
Because there is a requirement for this, and that requirement is...
Be naked.
Mm-hmm.
But not in real life, right?
No, in real life. So it'll take you a round to strip.
Okay.
So you immediately start stripping.
Off your
I'm going to start with the pants.
Yep.
So that I could start rushing towards him as I take off my shirt.
Okay. And you're not taking it off. You're having to rip your clothing off.
Yeah, as best
because
I
you're
can.
going to be naked.
Yeah.
Naked. Gotcha. All right. Brent Brandt. And picture the real Brent Brandt. Has cast Total Flipping Badass. And as you see him running towards Butterslide, he's ripping off his clothing, including his underpants, and his muscles are bulging. First, how bodybuilders kind of come down to that V and then their legs get super huge. That's what you see at first. He's got these super huge legs that start, and then one arm starts to pop out, and his chest, and then his neck gets so muscular it starts to choke him a little bit, and he's taken aback by it. But all of a sudden, the roid hits, and you see these veins just popping on his head.
The roid. Putting it together.
Roid. And by the time he gets in front of Butterslide, he's now a foot taller. He looks like I'd say a half version of what Butterslide is.
Okay.
Are you done?
All right, yeah. Well, as soon as I'm able to, I'll attack him.
Okay. As you are rushing towards him, roll a dex save. It needs to be 16 or better with your modifier, plus you get that extra 5. No, you don't get. That's for hit. Sorry.
8 plus 1 is 9.
Okay. So as he comes towards you, he headbutts you as you're coming towards him. So your momentum actually works against you on this thing, and he stops you in your tracks, and you fall back into where it is, but you only take 5 damage.
Okay.
Because you're so thick-skulled, it doesn't hurt you that much. He also attempts to pull the chain more on your side and bring down more rock on your side. Anything he brings, since you're so close to him at this point, it doesn't really affect you. But now there's a lot of light pouring in because he's taken so much of these canyon walls down. You can actually see light pouring in from above. And you see what looks like little people.
Like little people, like the play school.
Or like the brownies from the movie Willow.
No, like they are Lego minifigs.
Okay.
But you see them up on the ridges. And there's like a ton of them. Like they're lining up big time.
Huh.
Patreon.com/JJMeetsWorld. You have one more.
One more round. 3 to go.
Natty Bumpo, they have revived you.
Awesome. I give him a few little scritches. Yeah. And then I'm gonna run towards patreon.com/JJMatesWorld.
Okay. What's your dex?
My dex is 3.
Okay, so to get up and over, it's going to take you at least a full turn to get up and over. But if you can do 15 or more, you can be up, over, and then like right above where she is in one turn.
Critical failure.
Critical fail.
Yeah.
The opposite of a natural 20.
Right.
A crit fail. So on your way up, you hit like you're right at the top, and you can see, because now you're like, holy fuck, because you have not seen what Brett Brandt looks like at this point, and you're a little surprised at what's going on. Also, the fact that like it seems like there's so much blood, like you swear it's starting to fill this area, like with blood.
Even if he's 3 times the size, that's he's got to bled out.
Yep, he's taking damage every single time because he's losing so much blood.
I mean, that's 21 pints of blood, and this is like full The Shining elevator.
Yeah,
scene.
it really is. It's exactly what it is. There's a baby pool's worth of blood just sitting in the ground. And so just as you get there, the rocks give out from underneath you, and you slide, and you bump, and you fall down, and you actually land at a small pool of water, and you see yourself for the first time. No hair. Roll a 1d6, and would you like odds or evens?
I'd like odds.
All right.
Should have taken evens. Okay, should have taken evens.
You scream and pull at phantom hair, like where your beautiful locks should be. And you check your armpits, and you're trying to find out where all of your hair, like there's no eyebrows. It's all gone. Even like you think real quick, and you're like, oh, I've got that weird mole on my tummy that's got hair on it. Nope. Even the mole hair is gone. And the dogs bark, because they were still at the top. They're like, we're sure-footed. And you look up and you realize what you need to do again. So you essentially are starting from the bottom of the hill, but you're no longer just
And now I just
sad
yeah.
anymore.
Good. So now I've got poor self-esteem, and I've got to go save Patreon. Wow. I don't know,
So
which is worse.
there's a lot going on for you right now. There's a real emotional element for your character.
Yeah. I look like, what's the name of that the kid show, like Kuko? I don't know. Caillou. That's what I feel like. I look like Caillou is dressed in a trapper keeper.
Oh, people hate that show.
Well, I hate myself right now.
Okay. Top of the round.
All right, well, Roy Raging, I'm going to attack.
Okay. How are you going to attack?
My wah-wah-wah DJ kit is kind of crumpled up with my stuff, so I'll use that to attack with.
Just the stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, just like use it as a big old club type thing.
How do you want to attack him? Are you going to wave it at his face? Are you going to go for the chest?
I'm going to go for the... well, I'm like right next to him, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to try to hit him where he's already injured, so kind of in the side where
Stabbed him.
where Patreon stabbed.
Okay. So you're going to have to cross in front of him.
Okay,
where
well,
you'll
then
be
never
prone
mind. I'll just try to
swing it
smack him in the
around.
head.
Oh, you're going to smack him in the head? You connect in the head, and what sound do you think your DJ kit would make when it hits him in the head?
God, when was the last time I was at a club?
Never.
So because it is taking a hit, it'll start doing the wah wah wah, but it'll go wah wah wah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He puts both of his hands up to his ears and goes like, "Gah!" And he drops like the hook things that were near him, and he takes 20 damage.
Nice. It is sound. Yeah, that.
So, are you like this is in your hand and you hit him on the side like this, or do you throw it projectile at it?
No. I like hit him on the side of the head.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
I'm not throwing it.
grabs that like your kit and your hand and crushes it in his hand.
Oh.
He even brings his other and crushes it, like pushes and completely takes away this thing that just caused him so much pain. Your hand is gone.
Did you add an additional 20 per hit?
You sure did.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So,
Hand is gone.
yep. Your
Is
hand.
it like in Harry Potter where Harry loses the bones in his arms and it's just like a skin
Nope.
sack?
Like essentially you pull back on it and he has crushed the bones in your hand. You know when you go to B-dubs and you get a chicken wing that's been in there too long and then you open it and like the wing has kind of like the marrow's exploded.
Yeah.
That's what you pull back is the bottom part of that.
Okay.
And
Are you sure we all have a frame of reference for that one?
Yeah, I think we all. Whatever chicken wing place you go to. So you pull it back. The thing is, though, is you don't feel any pain from it
It's because I'm raging.
because you got your roid.
Roid.
Got your roid going on. Now, I'm going to note, he took 20 points of damage, but that's it. So he took your bonus damage, but that was it.
I mean, damage is damage, so.
All right.
But a hand is a hand.
Did I take, how much damage do I take?
You don't take any
None?
damage
I
from
just
it.
lost a hand.
You just lose a hand.
And my wah, wah, wah.
And your whole DJ kit is gone. It's gone.
For 20 damage.
Patreon.com/JJMeetsWorld. Third round. And I'm going to tell you something, boyos. It's not going to be an instant to get her out of that thing. So here we go.
Well, it's not like I haven't been trying.
I know. We get over to Natty Bumpo.
Who's crying?
The alopecia Natty Bumpo.
In her mind, she's conjuring all of the motivational posters. And there's a cat.
Hang in there.
She's gonna do it. And she's channeling whatever, like the fight song, like the Rebecca Platt.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's in her head, and she's starting to ascend.
This
The
is
rust.
my fight song. Take my life song.
Are you singing it as you're going up? Oh! He bellows out as you hit even like a third of the notes.
Good.
He doesn't like singing in songs. Maybe if our bard had been playing music the whole time instead of using his instruments as weapons.
So you get up over, and now you're essentially right above where patreon.com/JJMeetsWorld is sitting.
And can I start to remove rocks?
You can get 2 or 3 off the top.
Okay.
And now you can see that the blood is pooling enough where it's actually covering half of her little halfling body. Like the stone has created essentially a cement pond, if you will. And is filling up with blood.
Oh.
So his legs, like One of his entire legs is completely down there. It's up to probably about his knee on his one that's still standing straight, filling with blood.
So we got it, but we still got it. She's still trapped under rocks.
Correct.
We got to get under the rocks and then out of the drowning, and don't get hit in the meantime. Okay. I will. I'll summon my dogs.
Okay.
Can they start digging as well?
Oh, that is an amazing idea. Yes, they absolutely start digging, and you are 2/3 of the way to her by the end of all 6 of them digging. And they're doing stuff you've never even seen before, where like 2 of them are pushing against the rock to like move it. Like their pack mentality is on point. They are working together, creating crude tools. One of them like had a stick in his mouth, and he's using it as a lever to create more force to take rock away.
Labradoodles are so smart.
They are so smart.
Like a little circus dogs moving rocks.
All right, so let's see.
They're also barking the fight song along with me.
So with only one hand now, you've got a weird like stub, like it's just the bone coming off the top of it.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm raging still. It lasts 3 rounds, so
Yep.
I've gone through 1 round, right?
This is your second
So
round.
I've got 2 rounds. Instead of sacrificing my other hand, I'm just going to attack him with my stump.
With your stove?
Stump.
Stump. So you're going to just jab at him with your stump.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay.
I can't talk, so
So roll a 1d20 for me, please, Brent Brandt.
10.
A 10. Plus you get a 5 modifier. And what's your strength?
Strength is +1.
So we're going to give you a 6 modifier on there to
So
16. So where are you going to stab him?
In the chest, I guess.
Chest?
Yeah.
Okay. So you stab him directly into the nipple. For some reason, you realize as you're jabbing in that is the most sensitive part. And so you go for the nipple. And because his nipple
You
is
got a lot of purple nipples
it's 3
and-
times a regular nipple size. You're able to
Like a
hit.
pancake nipple.
Yeah. But for him, it's not. Like, for him, it's the perfect
It's
size
normal,
nipple.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, these are like small frying pans. Right? Like a medium pizza pan at Pizza Hut.
Okay.
That's the size of this nipple. And you get it.
That's a
But
sizable areola. A medium pizza?
medium pizza pan, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, pan. That's
Yeah,
sorry,
pan. So, so you get it, but you also jab it and it becomes lodged inside of his nipple. So you get it fully through his chest, but you are now stuck
Okay.
into the inside.
So be it.
Let's see. He's going to take 30 points of damage. He's down to 50 hit points. He's 1/10 of the man he started as.
30 damages for a nipple poke.
And you are now stuck inside of his.
Yep.
Like, you are in past your elbow.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Do I feel any milk on the inside?
You don't have a hand. Like,
You can
it's
milk
just-
anything with nipples.
It's just the edge of it.
No, you can't.
Just the edge of it. So, his reaction to this is like, "What?" And he turns to the side as quick as he can. And
so you're swinging?
And so he's swinging. And so you're still there. And because you're swinging, you actually like grab on to the other nipple. And so now he's just kind of back and forth. And you have actually kind of in a weird way miniature grappled him.
Nice.
Okay.
Like,
I'm kind of like nipple tassels.
Right.
now.
thank you.
Yeah. And so he begins just flailing wildly, and this flailing dislodges, or it doesn't dislodge, but it like bends the pipe, And so now the pipe is full on like shooting straight upward. So everyone, there's like a rain of blood everywhere. A ton of it. Just like tons of blood. But he doesn't get an attack out in this one.
Good.
All right. 1 round left for patreon.com/JJMeetsWorld.
Oh, man. Getting
All right.
down to the wire.
We're to Natty Bumpo and her team of dogs.
Yeah. So you said we were 2/3 down.
Yep.
Done. Can I just let my dogs finish it? Get her out?
Sure.
Okay. And then I'll use my
What command are you going to give them?
retrieve.
Good one. And the alpha goes, woof.
Okay, I'm not gonna pull rank here, but okay. Good job, number 2.
Okay.
And then I'll take out my Tiffany sword.
Okay.
Because he's preoccupied. She's not there. So I think we're alone now. And I'm gonna swing.
Okay. And would you remind everyone about the Tiffany sword?
Yes, the Tiffany sword is an ancient sword that proves you think you're alone now and strikes fear into the hearts of creatures. So,
Where are you going to stab it?
I kind of want to go for the open wound, but I have no preference.
Sure, if you want to go for the open wound.
I do because it's shooting up now. Yeah, let's go right for the blood spigot.
Okay. So, like, just to the side of where, like, the pipe is embedded in. I mean, at this point, he's kind of moved around so much that it's kind of made, like, a...
Yeah, there's an open wound.
Yeah.
We can just keep getting in there.
Awesome.
Ooh, that was not a good roll. That was only a 9.
Okay, does Tiffany get any bonuses?
It doesn't say anything on the sheet that the
Okay.
Tiffany sword gets a bonus or not.
Okay.
I mean, maybe if we were in a mall. Which I guess
What's your dex?
That's 3.
Okay. So I'm gonna let you add your dex to it, because you're kind of sort of like jumping in to like stab at this wound.
That brings me to the 9.
Oh, that was with your dex.
I assumed a dex. Yeah, I rolled a 6.
Okay. Tink goes out, hits the pipe.
Okay.
So no damage. Tink.
Could I swing again?
Roll if you can get a 15 or above on a dex save.
Okay.
To catch your footing.
So 17 plus 3 is 20.
Sold. So you capture yourself and you want to take another shot?
I'm taking another shot.
Go for it.
That would be 17 again. Plus 3 is 20.
Sold. All right. You stab into that bad boy, and you're gonna get 20 points of damage off of this thing. Plus, it's in there, and now the blood gushes. Like it's like someone opened a fire hose of blood coming out of the side of what essentially, remember, is a child.
Thanks for the reminder.
Okay. And your dogs continue to work. Your dogs have now unearthed patreon.com/JJMeetsWorld, but because of this new deluge of blood, she is now fully submersed under the blood pool. So your counter continues. You've got 1 round left to for them to save you.
I did.
Your dogs dug her out. Then you pulled that alpha move. No, I'm just kidding. Your dogs have fully dug her out, but
she's drowning.
But she's drowning now. So, and they're looking at, and remember, they don't want to touch the blood. They proved that earlier remember when you sent them around and they wouldn't get into the way of the blood. So your dogs do not trust this.
Well,
blood.
that's good. Good dogs.
Yeah, as a dog should be doing.
Right.
So, top of the round, hanging from the nipple. What are we doing?
Is he still alive?
You?
No. Well, I know
Yeah,
I
he
am.
is. He is. He's like he's down to the last moments of his life.
All right. Well, I'm holding on with one hand on his nipples.
Okay.
The other stump is
sucked
in
in.
the nipple. I'm going to try to rip the nipple off with the one hand and then pull the other arm. I'm just gonna like try to.
So imagine if he
Pull
had
them
like
together.
if he had like nipple rings in with a chain.
Yeah.
And like someone biking by grabbed it.
Correct. I'm trying to rip his nipples off.
Okay.
Essentially.
I tell you what, you can get a dual nip if you roll a 16 or higher, adding strength into it. So you get the 5 bonus strength plus your 1.
So it's a +6.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6, so it's 12.
Oh, well, you get 1 nipple. Which one do you want?
All
Do you
right.
want to slice through the one that your nub is in, or pull off? Do you want to titty twist the other one off?
I'm going to rip the one with my stub.
Okay. You rip the stub off. Another giant deluge of blood is just. So your dog's bebop out of there. This thing is filling up fast. Now you're actually in the blood yourself.
Sure.
Natty Bumpo, you are covered in blood.
Yep.
You're about 2 feet now below the
And
blood level.
that was my last
Round is a
round.
roid
as
rager.
roid.
Yep.
So when do I become normal again?
Never. You lost a hand.
At the top of this
Okay.
next round. So it's his turn. So he goes and he tries to like stop one and stop the other from like bleeding any further. And he bellows out in this just like shriek of pain. How could you? You promised.
We didn't promise him anything.
I don't think he's talking to us.
You gotta tell the end of this round.
It's fine. You know, if you gotta go, drowning in a pool of blood is it's the way
Right.
I want to do it.
As a barbarian, absolutely.
Yeah, this is my dream come true.
All right, Natty Bumpo.
Because I've lost all of my hair, I am so aerodynamic in the water. I have nothing can resist my speed. And so I will dive in.
Champion Olympic
Look,
swimmer.
right? I will Michael Phelps my way with cupping and all to rescue patreon.com/JJMeetsWorld and get her out of.
So do you end up? You're under the water then. You're under the blood.
I'm gonna. So
Dive in and down.
I was in. We were fighting. Now I'm just diving
Okay.
it like you would like a swimmer would do. They get off the block.
The second you dive down, you feel invigorated. There is something happening to you right now, like a baby in a womb. Your body is being filled with nutrients. There's something happening. You instantly regain 20 hit points. And like you feel fantastic. You feel like it's like cocaine, man. But like it's non-addictive and you don't work on Wall Street. It's just good old-fashioned like cocaine. So not only do you get her out and to safety, but you feel amazing. So amazing that you get an additional action.
Oh, that's awesome. So is he still within striking range of?
Maybe if you torpedoed yourself.
Oh, for sure. That's what I'll do. I'm gonna jump back in the water like a dolphin.
Blood. It's blood.
Blood.
Let's not forget. You jump back into the blood.
And then I'll pop out like a whale,
Oh, you're going to crest.
and then
Free Willy.
or more like a dolphin, because like a dolphin's gonna jump out and actually get some distance.
Yeah.
But I'm
Did you not see the end of Free Willy? He jumps over an entire rock wall.
And then I said the party. Echoed in the meaning.
That's why I feel okay. That's actually what's happening. I'm singing it.
Yeah, you're singing the Michael Jackson song from the
Like the river of Jordan.
Jordan.
And I will then say to thee, I will be there. I will be there.
Roll a 1d4. Short of a 1, you strike a mighty blow. 2. Fatal blow.
Yeah.
So you hit, and he bellows out with pain, and it's like a balloon has popped, and you hear, and this little area begins, like the blood just like fills and fills and fills, like it's like he's like when you turn off one of those wacky inflatable tube men, it's like this is coming out of him, and he's turning back to like his normal self, right? And he's getting lower and lower and lower and smaller, and then suddenly he bursts out of the water and it's like, and he goes off, and the husk of his corpse disappears into the air above the forest. What do you do now?
Let's tend to Patreon.
Oh, now you care about Patreon.
Okay.
Well, I also have the stub of a hand that I need to nurse.
I'd like to point out this time, Natty Bumpo, it was you that killed me with your tooth grenade.
So,
But I also saved you.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
at this point, Brent Brandt has come back, and now you are in significant pain. It is bad.
And now you're just back to your normal Brent Brandt self, but you're still
Yeah.
naked.
Yep, that'll
Yep,
make
you're
it.
fully nude, big time.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
What do you
hurting.
do?
I'll go back to the tree that I had started to sap, and then I will collect I will scoop up the Spam. Actually, I'll bring you with, and then
Okay.
I'll just put your
All right.
hand in the Spam.
Okay.
Yeah,
Your nub.
my nub.
May I please have your spells?
Oh, here's this one.
And you regain half your hit points.
Nice.
I thought you were going to say half your hand.
Half my hit points total, or
Half your hit points total, yeah.
so my total hit points is 130, so I would gain 65 hit points.
Yep.
That brings me to max.
Your hand doesn't reform, but what comes out,
A baby hand starts to grow.
no.
Damn it.
A ball of, imagine like a ball of flesh, okay? There's like a ball of flesh, and where the fingers should be are different types of reeds. There's one that looks like it belongs to a clarinet. There's one that looks like it belongs to like a saxophone, an oboe. What are other reed instruments?
I mean,
A bassoon.
are these just woodwinds?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. I didn't know if the thumb was going to be a tuba piece.
No, because it's just got to be straight up like it's
Reeds.
their actual reeds. So like to get them to work, you'd have to like suck on them for a little bit and moisten them so you can get it to go. But you look at them and like you're not feeling any pain from them, but you can tell that it's fragile.
Okay.
So your hand is fragile now.
Okay.
All right,
I'll write that down.
So you nub off Brent Brandt. Couldn't think of a better way to say that.
Yeah. And then I will go check on patreon.com/JJMeetsWorld.
Unconscious.
Okay. I will wake you up. Smack.
Still unconscious because she's below hit points.
Oh, well, then I will drag her body
Okay.
to the tap of the Spam from the tree.
Okay.
It's open. It's been untapped for a whole thing of combat.
Yeah, it's like a kind of like an ooze is coming out, you know?
Yeah. And
Wait. Before you do anything more there, didn't he say that you could make it so that you'd still gain hit points but not lose spells?
yeah, if you just use the juice, which is in my Beanie Baby, and I could squeeze out, but I'm saving that for myself.
Can't you just refill your Beanie Baby?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'll do.
I mean, we are at a spam tree, so
Yeah. Okay.
You see, I didn't say anything for myself because I feel like I might be better used to the party without spells.
Okay. Yeah. So I will. I'll drain the
Beanie Baby
juice into your
Just so
mouth.
Jason is squeezing his hands between his thighs.
Well, you really want to get
show
all
it.
you
of
gotta get
your-
every last drop. You
I
need
gotta
all the
use my
pressure,
chest and my
So
legs.
salty.
the thigh pressure.
You regain half your hit points.
Awesome.
All right. You are all revived. You're sitting
Some of us
there.
have more hit points than what we started with the session.
And you're sitting there.
I'd like to refill my Beanie Baby with spam juice.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I get my bagpipe refilled?
Your bagpipe is buried under a ton of rock and blood.
So no
you
more
could-
bagpipe, no
you
more
could-
wah wah wah.
You could attempt to go get it back. Your DJ equipment is beyond repair at all.
Is my big old pipe somewhere? Like, did it like bust out of his side when he deflated?
You don't know.
Can we search him?
Well,
He-
Butterslide?
he-
Oh, he
his
popped.
body
That's right.
He
disappeared.
like
That's right.
hot air ballooned out of
Yeah.
here. Sad ballooned. I will search in the blood pool for my big old pipe.
You get up there, and there isn't really a pool left anymore. But in fact, you see some of the minifigs pulling back what seems to be like a crude pipe that they've put together with a pump system, and it's clear that they have pumped the blood out of this. And they're just like, you can just barely see them like taking this thing and then moving beyond where you can see on the rock wall.
I'll be like, hey, minifigs. Do they respond at all? Do they stop?
They just walk away.
Just continue to walk.
I kind of want to follow the minifigs and see where they're going.
Okay, Natty Bumpo follows the minifigs and the dogs.
Can I find my pipe in any of the rubble?
You're looking down there, and you can't necessarily see it anywhere. You can continue to search though, but it'll separate the party.
I'm sticking with Natty Bumpo.
Okay.
I guess I'll follow the minifigs too.
Okay.
Leave my big old pipe behind.
So you go, and it doesn't take you long to catch up to the minifigs, but you know, like when you see a big line of ants carrying stuff, it seems like there's thousands of these minifigs all carrying little chunks of pipe. I mean, and it's pipe that's sized appropriately for them, right? So it's like everything, but on a 1/100th scale. And you follow them, and the brush gets thicker and thicker. And so now you're actually having to fight your way through the brush a little bit.
And they're just fine. They're,
'cause they're
going
tiny.
underneath the brush.
Yep.
I'll point the dogs to make sure that we get a scent.
Okay.
The scent of plastic.
And so the dogs are following, but the dogs seem a little bit off. And it could be because there's, a small trail of this blood kind of following in there, and they're just really adverse to this blood.
Is are they going towards the mountain or away from the mountain?
So you were in this valley, right?
Yeah.
And so they're on top of the valley, and they're not moving away from the mountain, but they're, like going east of where the mountain is, and you need to go straight north to get to the mountain. But you haven't covered that much ground because they're real tiny. To them, it's miles and miles. For you, it's a couple hundred yards.
Okay.
The brush is now so thick that it's hard for you to keep up with what they're doing. And Phil is taking 5 points of damage every 5 minutes because he's buck naked.
I will find some clothes. And
Where?
What?
I don't know.
You're
There's
gonna fashion a
fig
leaf.
leaves, like a leaf belt.
Do we have to go back to the people, to the town, get some clothes, retrace all of our steps, and then just get to the mountain? Or do we want to follow these minifigs?
I don't know. I don't know.
as we edit out the silence.
What do you feel?
Does anybody have a piece of clothing I could use?
No. This is my Lisa Frank armor.
Yep.
I'm not giving you.
I would have
My
given you a
hot
lock
dog
of my
helmet.
hair. Would have made you a wig. Or basically a merkin. But
5 points of damage for Phil.
all right, we'll stop. I'm not going to lead you to death.
Death by scratches.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna follow anymore because I don't want to get scratched up.
Okay.
So I think we'll have to go
Back to the
town.
the ghost town.
Find some clothes for Phil.
Yeah,
Find a nice mitten. You don't want to ruin those reeds.
exactly. Can I test out my not to try cause any pain, but can I like
Sure. Yeah. You want to
Try to
blow
bl-
it?
yeah,
Which
blow
one are you
it
going to
out.
blow? What sound are you going to blow into? The alto sax, the bassoon,
the alto sax?
the alto sax. Womp, 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 womp. And then you hear
Stop it! You're hurting my dogs.
it's in the distance.
Ooh. In the distance towards what? The mountain?
You just hear it's like a forest sound.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
I'll try a different reed. I'll try the bassoon.
And you hear a slapping noise. Like beavers are slapping their tails against the dirt. 5 more points of damage.
Okay. Let's head back to town.
Because you are also exposed now. The night you're buck naked.
Let's head back to town, maybe rest up, find some clothes. We've got shelter there. I mean, nobody lives there anymore.
Way to find the silver lining of the atrocities we caused.
So you go back all the way back to the town?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Phil, you're going to take a total of 30 damage on the way back because you got to cross over all those rocks.
Extra 30?
An extra 30. You're cutting up your feet. And at one point, there's a bunch of mosquitoes that all land on your bird.
There's a skeeter on my Peter. Whack it off.
There's a dozen on my cousin. I can hear those suckers buzzing.
There's a skeeter on my Peter. Whack it off.
You get back to the farm village, and the saloon is lit up. Oh. There is something happening. There are people definitely inside the saloon.
Let's get to a house first.
And get Phil in clothes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like the reed hand is going to raise enough questions.
Roll a 1d6.
3.
You go into a nunnery. So that's all.
They'll be generous.
Yeah. No. There's no
There's no one
nuns.
there. You're stealing a habit.
So you are now wearing a habit.
Do I have to wear the habit? Can I just have the cloak?
You gotta wear the whole thing because it's a one piece. It's a one piece habit.
Okay.
And the name above the locker says Sister Mary Clarence. And then WG below it.
Back in the habit.
Do you check the pockets?
Yes, I do.
In one of the pockets, there are lyrics to a hymn, and it's the words, "Oh, happy day." Oh, happy day. And a picture of Lauryn Hill. Okay.
All right. I got that written down on my sheet.
What next?
Should we go check out the...
Saloon?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys walk into the saloon. There's about 30 people in there, and it's a record scratch, and they turn around and look at you.
It is.
Hi.
And an elderly man says, "What did you do?"
What do you mean? What do you mean? What did we do?
You hear the flap of the saloon doors, and everything goes black. That's where we end on this one.
Just to clarify, did it go black like blackout, or just cut to black and the episode?
Like a blackout. Like you're blacked out.
Oh.
Like you've been knocked unconscious.
Okay.
Oh man, not again.
Time today. Okay. So
Until next
we made a
time.
trilogy.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. I'm very excited for the next one.
2 bad guys down, 1 more to go.
A huge thanks to Natalie Deutsch of Hatch Realty for sponsoring this podcast. Folks, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, contact Natalie Deutsch today, because Natalie Deutsch is not only a previous podcast guest, she's somebody who's going to care enough to sell your property for top dollar. She's also going to find you the best price possible if you're purchasing a new home. Last year on average, Natalie earned her clients $4,000 over list price on their homes and sold them faster than the market average. On average, Natalie's selling a home every 3.74 days. That's 2 homes a week. Those numbers don't lie. Find out why Natalie is one of the top agents in this entire market. Get a hold of her today, Natalie at hatchrealtyfm.com. You can also call 701-388-9338 or go on to livefargomorehead.com. That's livefargomorehead.com. Read all of her amazing reviews and then listen to her episode of JJ Meets World. Thanks again to Natalie Deutsch of Hatch Realty. That's going to wrap it up for today's show. If you enjoyed this episode of JJ Meets World and would like to help us continue to produce 2 new episodes every week, you can donate to our Patreon. Check out patreon.com/JJ Meets World and donate today. Even as little as $1 a month can go a long way. Visit our website at www.jjmeetsworld.com or hit up our social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the sites the kids are using these days. If you'd like to stay up to date on new episodes of JJ Meets World, you can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or wherever you consume the podcast that you love. JJ Meets World is produced every week by Tucker Lucas. You can find out more about Tucker's work by checking out www.moonbasemaria.com. If you want to get in touch with your host with the most, go to linebenders.com, and you can find direct contact info for JJ. If they had attacked him on his butt, they would have, instantly killed him. They just needed to attack the butt.